What's up my friends, this is Frank for the House of Rags. In today's video I want to talk about what seems to be the most complicated rinseless wash on the market. So I just recently received Labocosmetica IdroveSave and Preludio. So that's the pre-wash. There's a third product which is the acidic product, but right off the bat let me explain it in a very simple way because these three products got me confused. Got me a little bit of research to figure out how to use them and what's the best way. So first off, you want to use the Preludio as your pre-soak. So it's not really a pre-wash. You don't need a pressure washer. You don't need a hose. You just apply the Preludio, boom, 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 with your IK sprayer. You let it dwell for emulsifying and breaking down the dirt, the bugs, whatever you have on your paint. So Preludio, boom, boom, boom. And then you just go in with your regular rinseless over top. So whatever rinseless you have at home already is good. In this video, I'm gonna use the IdroveSave because I'm curious about it. Preludio is an alkaline pre-soak, so that's gonna be better to break down and dissolve the bugs, whatever you have on your paint. So I'm gonna show you the condition of my car. Okay, so here's the condition of the car. You can see a few bugs in the glass here, there. This car has been driven for more than a week, daily driving. Bug splatter here, there, as well at the front, over here, all over the front bumper. Pretty obvious. So normally, you guys know, I would not clean my car without a pre-wash, a pre-rinse with a hose or a pressure washer, and then do my rinseless wash. But for this video, I really want to give the Preludio the best scenario. So we're gonna leave it as is, not rinse with the hose or anything, any pressure washer. So you can see some dirt accumulation. So it's not extremely dirty, but still, you can see there's some road film. I drove in the rain and the car sat outside and has seen some rain. Here you can see some junk over there as well. All right, so we have to clean the car. So the first step is going to be using the pre-soak, like I mentioned, and then we'll do the rinseless, give you my thoughts on it, and see if this pre-soak can melt down the bugs so we can clean them off with the rinseless without any pressure. I'm really curious about the effectiveness and the performance of Preludio Alkaline. Guys, don't forget you can use the code DOGMA at thehouseofrags.com and .ca to save you some money. With that being said, let's get back into the video. This needs to be at 1 to 200. I guess you could use it at 1 to 256, but for this video, I'm following the instruction behind the label. So 1 to 200, I'll need around 80 mLs. So 80 mLs right in there. Seems to be very slimy at this dilution. I have a good feeling this is gonna be a good product. Keep in mind that IdroveSave leaves protection behind. For me, for this type of maintenance, I don't mind the protection. All right, for the pre-soak Preludio Alkaline, 10 to 1 in a pump sprayer, an IK sprayer, whatever you have. So I have an IK sprayer here. This is 50 ounce. I use my trusty app to make the calculation for me. So I'll need 136 mLs of the pre-soak, all right? That's very simple. So here I have, this is a 100 ml cylinder. Drop that in my IK, 36, somewhere around there. Good. If you calculate in ounces, you add 4.5 ounces to around your 50 ounce mark with water. So it doesn't have to be exact number. You don't have to stress about it. Preludio can be used also at 5 to 1 or 1 to 5 if you have a really caked up car for wheels, for anything that is winter driven, for example. All right, so just to recap, I have my pre-soak here at 1 to 10. This is the Preludio Alkaline. Take a second look at the bugs at the front, the grime here. I'm gonna apply the pre-soak and go really gently. Afterwards, we're gonna see how this product reacts with the dirt, with the bug splatter. All right guys, I'm gonna apply the pre-soak on all of the car, all the paint. Might as well use that. My garage is dry, there's no sun, I don't know, the product is not gonna dry on the paint, so I'm not really worried. This is VDA certified. The only concern with the drying is that if the product really dries on your paint, it's not gonna be as effective. So keep in mind, you can use the pre-soak on just 1 or 2 panels if that fits your jam. If you feel like it doesn't need it, just spray it on the affected areas. My car has a good layer of dust and some road grime, road film, so I feel much better applying this everywhere since I'm not rinsing the car with a hose or a pressure washer. Especially behind the wheels, it's a good idea to use. I'm gonna fill this with my IdroveSave, my regular rinseless. Something that is drying on the paint, you can always re-wet it with the IdroveSave or your current rinseless wash. Pre-soak Preludio has been on the paint for, I'd say, around 2 minutes. You can see that bug splatter here and there as that degrease look. I'm very, very impressed. It was emulsified. You can see here that bug is right on my finger. So this Preludio is the bomb, guys. So far, I really, really like it. Really impressed. All the bugs at the front are ready to go. You can see here this one. Yeah, so it's making some small balls here. So it's really coming off. Wow, what a great pre-soak for rinseless. I can't believe how good it works. Let's look at this disgusting thing here that I had. Remember that yellow? I don't know what it was, but let's try with my finger just for demonstration purposes. Look, how awesome is this? The pre-soak is starting to dry in some areas, so like I said, I was expecting this, so I'm using my IdroveSave that I picked up from my bucket here, and I'll just apply a thin layer just to re-wet the Preludio, making sure it's not drying. Obviously, it would probably be faster if you work panel by panel, so I still have a lot of IdroveSave here. I can just spray 1 panel at a time, making sure it's not dry if I'm worried about this. To respray some IdroveSave up on top. Super slick. Really nice. Effortless. Wow, even putting my hand on the glass, it's so slimy. I really like the take on rinseless from Labo so far. It seems like they brought something new, innovative, really different. The quality of the chemicals are awesome. The slickness, the power of the Preludio pre-soak really impressed me. It's probably the slimiest product that I've used as far as rinseless is concerned. So now I really get it. When they came out with these products about a year ago, I don't know, maybe I was just like, is this just another rinseless? I did not understand really the 3 pH thing for rinseless. I thought maybe it was dumb or something like that, but after trying it out now, like I said, I'm really, really impressed. It feels very, very good, much better than other products on the market. Don't get me wrong, if you have winter dirt on your car, I would still use a pressure washer. But for someone who doesn't have all the tools, all the best condition to wash and still wants to get a wash done, this is perfect. Very, very smooth under the sponge. Wow, this thing is the bomb. You know that I don't sugarcoat the stuff. This thing has me really impressed. Let's wipe off those bugs. No pressure, just going across the paint. Wow, those bugs are coming off like butter. Well, the drying, guys, is excellent, very slick. I did not add any quick detailer. If you read the bottle correctly, they're mentioning that you can dilute a specific bottle at 1 to 50 of the IdroveSave for best gloss and best clarity of the paint. But just like so, at 1 to 200, it feels really, really good. I mean, wow. Okay, so we have some staining on the hood. My guess is this product is really meant to be worked panel by panel, which I did not do. All right, so it's very important that you work panel by panel. Like, as you can see here, I have like some sort of water spots, meaning that either the Preludio or the Rinseless dried and left some marks. It does not come off really easily when drying your rinseless solution. Another thing to mention is that I wish the sponge would clean up better in the bucket. Here's my warning. If you use the Preludio, make sure it doesn't dry. I know on most of the chemicals we use, everyone mentioned to not use in direct sunlight, not let it dry. For me, the IdroveSave was not forgiving when it comes to drying, so I should have worked panel by panel. But for the purpose of this video and the process that I usually use, I usually do the whole car at a time. I thought it would be fine working inside, but you really need to pay attention and not let it dry. So I finally removed the stains with an acidic quick detailer. Works fine, but I had to go over the whole car a second time with this. So this is just my warning when it comes to Preludio, but overall this is some serious potent. So after my issue with Preludio, maybe my hood was a little bit hot, I don't know. I just drove to the childcare, which is like 2 stops away from here, and came back. But I contacted Reggie to find out his feedback, his recommendation, and maybe get to the bottom of that. So here's what he had to say. It is strange, 1 to 10 for Preludio is already very light. This product has been tested, cooked in the hot sun, baked in the paint, no issue. And then he asked about my water and if my dilution was okay. And then I sent him a few more picture or short videos. And then he said, well, considering what I can see, it looks like the Preludio conflicted with the protection on the car. So I had Geon Pure Evo on my hood, which is kind of susceptible to some staining, especially from bird poo, is what I noticed after 2 years. But for water spots or other stains, I didn't have a problem before. And then he said the detergent in Preludio are 10 times lighter than in Primus 2.0. So chemical etching on factory paint is impossible. So that's pretty much that, guys. Like I said, I'm still not sure what happened there, but my guess, I kind of agree with Reggie. Probably the hood with that ceramic coating got stained in some fashion. The first time that happened to me. And I've contacted as well my friend Pan, and he said he'd never had any problem with Preludio. So take it for what it's worth. Probably better to work panel by panel. So for IdroveSave, I really love the experience. The smell, the slickness is out of this world. It's probably the slickest rinseless I've used. But I'm guessing it doesn't have the surfactant simply because it doesn't really clean well the sponge when you leave it in the bucket. If you leave it for a good amount of time, it'll clean off to some degree, but it's not like a surfactant-based rinseless wash. So one thing to keep in mind. So for the Preludio, make sure to work panel by panel. Don't let it dry, this is some serious stuff. But as far as the power of this product, you've seen in the early minutes of this video, it cleaned off the bugs, everything. So this is, like I said, a very serious product to not underestimate. With that being said, my friends, don't forget to check out the links in the description. Use the code DOGMA at thehouseofrags.com and .ca. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.